React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. It was developed at Facebook in 2011. And it's the most popular JavaScript library for building user interfaces. You can see from Google Trends how React is dominating the space for user interface building. Angular and Vue are the other two players here. So if you want to expand your job opportunities as a front-end developer, get React on your resume. The components of a React application are the pieces that we work with to build the UI. We build a bunch of independent, reusable components and then compose them to build our user interfaces. Every React application has at least one app, one component. This component represents the entire application. Every React application is a tree of elements. Here's an example. Let's imagine we want to build an application like Twitter. We split this page into components like navbar, profile, trends, and feed. Here's a representation of these components in a tree. On the top we have app, below that we have navbar, profile, trends, and feed. Now feed includes several other components such as tweet, like, which we can reuse in other pages or in other applications. Each component is a piece of UI. We can build these components in isolation and then put them component to build complex UIs. A component is typically implemented as a JavaScript class with some state. The render method, as you can see, is responsible for describing what the UI should look like. The output of this UI is a React element, which is a simple plain JavaScript element that maps to the DOM element. It's not a real DOM element, it's just a plain JavaScript object that represents the DOM element in memory. So React keeps a lightweight representation of the DOM model in memory, which we refer to as the virtual DOM. Unlike the browser object model, this virtual document object model is cheap and easy to create. If we change the state of a React element, React will then compare this to what's going on in the browser object model and update only the minimal amount of state it needs to keep it in sync. This means when keeping